Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TRWC, the Real Wrestling Community Tailgate Party. I am your host, The Majestic. I hope you guys are having a lovely afternoon. A lovely, lovely afternoon. It is Wednesday, and you guys know what that means. That means that today we are previewing AEW's Dynamite. We will also go over a little bit on Revolution, the pay per view that they had this weekend, which I thought was overall pretty great. A little bit of nitpicky stuff, but for the most part, it was pretty great. I enjoyed it from start to finish. So excited to talk about that. And we will also talk a little bit of Ring of Honor and maybe a little bit of news regarding WWE. If you guys give me just a half a second, really fast, I have to share something on my page regarding the stream, and then we will get started. So if you're here, leave me a comment, say hello, and I'm excited about you guys being here and talking AEW, talking wrestling. It's always a good time. So, real quick, share something. There we go. All right. So, let's go ahead and get started. Why don't we? We gotta let Brock do our introduction, right? So here we go.
Let's do this.
Let's get started. Okay, so I just saw this like 5 minutes ago. So apparently the potential buyers of WWE will be meeting with WWE next month for the first round of bids. We don't know what's going to happen. Of course, CNBC reported this. Maybe some other people broke it. I don't know, but CNBC is where I saw it on. So it's not a pro wrestling website. It's the mainstream people over here in the business side of things. So this is pretty legitimate. WWE will be meeting with potential buyers next month. Who those potential buyers are, we might have some clues, but we don't necessarily know exactly who it is. But I guess we will find that out when it happens. Obviously, you know, with litigations and all that kind of stuff, it won't be announced publicly until everything is smoothed over and all of the offers and counter offers and all of that kind of stuff is accepted and put through. So we won't know who it is going to be probably until it's pretty much done. So it's a long process, and we'll just have to be patient and find out who it is. And when it happens, at this point, I think all of us is just really hoping anybody but the Saudis. Um, I really don't want the Saudis to buy it, but it is what it is, and money talks louder than morals to some people. So we'll see what happens. All right, so that's the WWE news. So we're going to go ahead and talk about AEW side of things and get into that for today. If you're here, leave me a comment, say hello while we get into everything. So we'll go ahead and go over Revolution. We'll just do a quick recap. I won't spend too much time on this just because I have a lot of things to cover today. So we started off with Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho, and Ricky Starks defeated Chris Jericho, and Jungle Boy defeated Christian in a burial match, and Hangman Adam Page defeated John Moxley in a Texas death match. That was interesting to say the least. I still don't know how I feel about it. Like it's funny because I usually hate death matches, and I'm going to be honest, there were parts of this that made me feel extremely uncomfortable. And of course, Moxley bled and Hangman bled, and they all bled, and it was glorious and all this other kind of things. But they did tell an interesting story, so I'm not going to bash on it too bad, but overall, it really wasn't my cup of tea, honestly. We have new trios champions. The House of Black defeated the Elite, and then we got a tweet not too much longer after, like a day or two after, saying with Kenny Omega and Don Callis, with Kenny Omega saying that their focus is now back and to watch out. So is Kenny Omega teasing a singles run once again? I think at this point that's best. I took him a whole lot more seriously when he was a singles competitor, when he had the world title and he was, facing people like Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page and the like. And I think getting him away from playing with his friends, the Young Bucks, might be the best thing for business. We have the tag team titles stayed with the Gun Club. They defeated the Acclaimed, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett, as well as Danhausen and Orange Cassidy, with FTR making their triumphant return back to AEW, back to pro wrestling. It looks like all of those things about them going back to WWE were not true. They were, I guess, a throw to throw everybody off. And apparently they have signed long-term deals with AEW. So we'll see how it happens. I really think that it was smart to keep the titles on the Gun Club if you're going to have FTR come back, because FTR is not going to be booed, but they would if it was the Acclaimed. So if you want another good solid babyface team like FTR, having them go up against the Gun Club, who they can kind of bring up as well, because the Gun Club is still very young and still, figuring themselves out and everything, and they're going to be really awesome at that time too. But yeah, this was a good call right here to have Gun Club retain their titles. Also, we have a new TNT champion. Wardlow defeated Samoa Joe, and apparently Wardlow's rental car was broken into, and his gear and his personal items and his TNT title were all stolen. I hope he gets those back at some point. I don't know if it'll happen, but poor Wardlow on that round. That must stink. Everything taken from you that you've been traveling with. And Jamie Hayter retained her women's championship as well against Saraya and Ruby Soho. And Ruby Soho at the end did officially turn heel and join Saraya and Toni Storm, which was a little weird because she was kind of beaten down on Saraya through the whole match and everything. And then all of a sudden, oh, we're best friends, even though you were beating the crap out of me a couple minutes ago. It was a little weird, but a little bit of add a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor to Ruby Soho, give her some character, and maybe it'll be a good thing for her. I don't know, but we'll see. And then, of course, the very end, we have MJF retaining his AEW World Championship against Bryan Danielson in an Iron Man match, which went into sudden death rules into overtime. And those guys, they were absolutely amazing. That was a glorious match. The throwing the drink on the kid thing, I didn't really appreciate. But other than that, this match was pretty much flawless, and MJF did some great storytelling in his facial expressions and in his body language, and as well as Bryan Danielson as well. I thought it was fabulous. And the overall pay-per-view, I think there was a little bit too much blood. I think there was blood in areas that didn't need it. But other than that, I really enjoyed this pay-per-view, and I thought with how bad the build was, I was not expecting much, but they really exceeded expectations on that. So that's Revolution. Before we get into tonight's AEW Dynamite, we will check the comments. And a lot from Timothy. Yes, Jamie Hayter is still queen. Timothy, she retained her championship.
You know, haters gonna hate.
And it wasn't it was a pretty good match. It wasn't bad. Timothy says Jamie will destroy the Soho. And Alma is here. Hello, Alma. I'm doing pretty good this afternoon. And Ray, my friend Ray, who got to be on Tom Clark's main event this past Friday for his 300th episode. That was pretty cool to get to see him on there. Adam Cole is king. Braves cheated so much. Oh my goodness. I mean, the Mets, they just deserved it, okay? It's time to accept that fact that the Mets just deserved it. And yeah, you did tell me. I didn't think that it was the right time or the right way, but you know what? It is what it is. And at the end of the day, you were correct. Okay, so let's get into the show for tonight. We have the Indiana versus Duke in the South Regional. Go Hoosiers. All right, where were we? We were on AEW Dynamite. We have the man who brings in all the money, brings in all the ratings, Mr. Whatever himself, our All-Atlantic champion, Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. I'm telling you. Okay, so normally I would say Orange Cassidy retains because this is just getting monotonous at this point. This is a random match. It doesn't mean much. No one cares. But that's the thing. I think that the championship, this might be a hot take, I don't know. I think that they should put the All-Atlantic champion on Jay Lethal because Orange Cassidy is not doing it for me as champion at all. This is it's just random match after random match, zero build after zero build. I don't even know if Orange Cassidy is capable of building a storyline anyway because I never really see him do it. Never really see him do it. It's just him going, okay, we're in a match, whatever. And I get that that's the gimmick, that he doesn't care, but at the same time, there has to be something. You have to give this guy a little bit of depth, just a little bit of depth, and it would go a little bit further. If you want your title to mean something, put it on someone with a little bit more depth. I think that Jay Lethal is an excellent choice. At this point, I'm just like, oh, please, dear Lord, take this title off of Orange Cassidy for goodness sake. So if I was booking this show, I would just go ahead and pull the plug, put it on Jay Lethal, let him do what he does best with it. And I think he could do really great things with it. Jay Lethal is a one of a kind talent. I think he's great. Have they treated him 100% well since he's gotten onto AEW? No. But I think him being with Jeff Jarrett has sparked a little bit more into him. So with Jeff Jarrett in his corner as the All-Atlantic champion, I would be down for that. What do you guys think? What was your favorite match on the Revolution pay-per-view? Let me think. I'm going to say I'll be honest with you. I think it was the Elite versus the House of Black. And you guys know how I feel about the Elite. I'm not a big Elite fan. But everything that they did during that match had a purpose. They weren't just doing the spot fest, flippy floppy, let me be obnoxious as obnoxious as possible. It really looked like that the Elite took this match seriously. They didn't come out there with their little smug faces and go, look what we can do, flip, 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 we're the Elite, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. It was a very serious match, which I haven't seen from the Elite since before even the trios titles were introduced. So it was a nice, refreshing side to the Elite that I actually liked to see. So I'm gonna say the trios title match was my favorite. You need the fight me button. Yeah, I guess you kind of do if I'm going against your Duke guys, huh? Ray says that Orange 23 pounds and Jay should win, but AEW likes his dummy for some reason. He stinks a lot. I mean, I think that Orange Cassidy is very entertaining, and I think he has a place, but it's getting just a little bit too much at this point. And Timothy says that Ray Dean would have definitely beat Orange Cassidy for that title. Oh, no joke. I think I could beat Orange Cassidy for that title. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, because he seems to beat the odds, you know. He can beat all these really tall guys like Big Bill and everything, you know. Maybe he's made out of steel. I have no idea. My hat could have beat. Well, of course it could have. It's an Eddie Kingston hat, so. Okay, moving on. We have a 6-man tag match. AR Fox and Top Flight versus the Jericho Appreciation Society. Okay. Why? Why is this match happening? I don't know. If it was me, this is what I would do. I would have AR Fox and Top Flight beat Jericho Appreciation Society. Have Jericho question himself a little bit as a leader. You know, Ricky Starks has beaten me twice now. Has beaten me 3 times now. My little shenanigans. My shenanigans at Revolution didn't quite work out. Am I losing touch? Am I losing it? Can I lead this group anymore? And I would kind of have the Jericho Appreciation Society slowly implode and have all of those guys separate. You have 2.0 in there who could be like in the tag team division. They're doing nothing. You have Sammy Guevara, who is like a heat magnet at this point. You could use that, put him in, I don't know, the All Atlantic Championship, you know, division, contender, whatever. Go off and do something with that. You have Daniel Garcia, who could be on Ring of Honor doing stuff over there. You know, and Jericho, of course, could continue to help young guys. And I'm getting tired of the Jericho Appreciation Society being completely all over the show all the time. They usually take up multiple segments, and they don't need all that. And I think that if they keep pushing this over and over and over and over again, people are going to eventually get tired of the Jericho Appreciation Society. I am already there. I'm going to be honest. I honestly think that Jericho might need to go away for a couple months and then come back. Maybe tour with Fozzy or something. We can't miss you if you never go away, right? We'll just get tired of you eventually. So let Jericho go away. Like, have the JAS Society implode and everybody goes their separate ways, and then have Jericho disappear for a little bit, and then he can come back eventually. Let's see what you guys. Oh, no kidding. Eddie would kill Orange in a second. Timothy says My good friend Honor the Elite will be doing a AEW Dynamite watch along next week. So if anyone is interested, follow Honor the Elite. Yes, Gary Joe, Honor the Elite. He is an awesome dude. I will be having him on Peaches and Power Bombs next month. And I'm super excited about that. And I will be on his podcast as well at some point. I'm not exactly sure when, but it's going to be good. Cherie is here. Hello, Cherie. Hi, y'all. Outside Golden One right now, waiting to get in. Awesome. You have a good time. And Timothy says Tony Khan needs to put Majestic Marie, Alora, and Tom Clark as bookers. I don't know about that. I mean, I see it from just a purely storyline place, right? Because that's kind of where my niche is in. But as far as wrestling psychology and how all of that stuff would work and integrate together, that is completely out of my expertise. So I wouldn't do that. I would put someone who knows wrestling very, very well into that position. And it definitely is not me. And no offense to the other. Well, Tom has been in the wrestling business, so I won't say that he wouldn't be good at that. But as far as me and Alora go, we have no expertise in the wrestling business whatsoever. So I would not put us into those positions. Timothy says Jericho is like LeBron James. They need to step aside and go away. I can't speak to LeBron James. I don't watch the NBA, so I don't know. I have no idea if that guy is any good or not. All right, tea break. All right, moving on. We will hear, speaking of Jericho, Ricky Starks will speak tonight. Hopefully, we will be moving on from Jericho. Please, dear Jesus, let us move away from Jericho. He does not need him anymore. Okay? Let this be over. Let the Jericho and Ricky Starks feud be over, please. This would be a great place. Of course, we thought the same thing was going to happen with Eddie. We thought it was going to happen with Eddie last year, that it was going to be over, but no. Jericho wasn't done. He kept his claws into Eddie and just continued to pull him down. I don't think it was intentional. I always say that to make sure that I don't think that Jericho is malicious or anything, but it happened and it wasn't any good. So let's hope continue to ride the momentum of Ricky Starks. Let's do it, AEW. Don't sleep on this dude. Do not sleep on Ricky Starks. He is a future star. He is going to carry that company eventually. He is young. He is talented. He has got character, charisma, likability. He can be a heel if you absolutely need him to. He's got the stuff, y'all. He's got the stuff. Don't sleep on Ricky Starks. I hope that they can continue to give him the momentum that he needs, because AEW needs young stars, y'all. And they get them to that point, and then it's like they don't know what to do with them after that, and they just kind of flounder and wander to the wayside, and it's upsetting. It's upsetting. Okay, speaking of Ruby Soho, Mr. Ray All Day, she will be in a match with Sky Blue. And poor Sky Blue, I feel so sorry for her because she's kind of been the jobber girl of the women's division. Like, oh, we need this girl to look strong. Put her in there with Sky Blue. It's like automatic. I mean, we saw it with Saraya. We saw it with Jamie Hayter. We saw it with Britt Baker. Every time that we needed to build some girl up, Jade Cargill, every time we need to build a girl up, they're going to put Sky Blue in there. And I understand that that's a very important role. I'm not diminishing that whatsoever. But hopefully someday we will get to see Sky Blue do something amazing. So, she right now she's paying her dues in the wrestling business, and one day maybe that girl will have a chance to shine. But right now it's Ruby Soho's turn to look strong after her major heel turn on the pay-per-view this Sunday. Timothy says, boo, Ruby Soho. Yeah, someone is very upset that somebody attacked his girl, Jamie Hayter. We have another promo segment announced where Hangman Page will come out and speak. And I don't know what he'll say. I don't know what he'll do. I'm guessing that the Moxley thing is done with. Those guys had a brutal match like we talked about earlier on the pay-per-view. It should be over. This was like match number 4 or 5 at this point anyway. So Hangman, let's move him on to something else. Not sure what that will be. I really don't have any ideas on what to do with Hangman at this point, but hopefully it'll be something really good and to move him forward. Up, Timothy's cousin in the comments. Be nice, Timothy.
I'm being a good boy.
Be good. Okay, last but not least, on the card for tonight that we know of. Oh, goodness. We have the TNT Championship, and hopefully Wardlow will have gear for this. We have the TNT Championship scheduled for tonight with Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs, who won the opportunity in a ladder match last week on Dynamite. I'm happy for both of these guys. Wardlow deserved to win the TNT title, and Powerhouse Hobbs deserved the opportunity to be in a championship match. But I tell you what, you cannot win in this match. Okay? They booked. AEW has bad habit doing this. They book themselves in a corner big time. There's Hobbs in the corner. There's Wardlow in the spotlight, killing his momentum. It's bad, guys. If Hobbs loses, Wardlow looks like a chump again. And he's looked like a chump for the past couple months with Samoa Joe. And he just got that title too on Sunday. But if you have Wardlow win clean over Powerhouse Hobbs, who's got some stuff going on for him, that's not going to be good either. What I would do is I would have this match ends kind of screwy, I guess. That's the only way to save anybody in this. I don't think it's going to work. If you have anybody go over clean, it's not going to be a good thing for the other person at all. So I'll be a little apprehensive to see what they're going to do. You will have to be good. Alma said Powerhouse Hobbs for the win. Okay. And Timothy says that was great post-media scrums between Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. Awesome. Straight Up Wrestling Show. I don't know if it's Harry or Chris, but hello. They both deserve to be built up as stars, but this match will not be good. I think the match itself will be good. I just don't think it's a good idea to have it right now. If it does, I'll be shocked. By the way, hello, Marie. Hi, Chris or Harry or whoever it is. But I think the match itself will be fine. It's just not the right time to do it because Wardlow, you killed Wardlow last year when he was on a high. And arguably, Hobbs was on a high too, and you kind of killed him as well. So you need to build these big, meaty men up really badly. I want to ask, okay, guys, have y'all noticed AEW does not know how to build up the big men? They are terrible, okay? It seems like the smaller you are, the bigger star you're going to be on AEW. It's like the exact opposite of Vince McMahon, especially in the 1980s, right? He was all about the big men, And if you were a small little Rey Mysterio, you weren't going to be anything on his show, right? But here on AEW, it's the exact opposite. The smaller you are, the more TV time you get. It's like, okay, I get it. I get that you need to give the smaller guys the opportunity, but there are good big men, okay? Not all the big men are like Omos, right? And clunky and 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 can't move in the ring, you know? Powerhouse Hobbs is great. Wardlow is great. Lance Archer is great. Big Bill needs to get rid of the name Big Bill, but other than that, he's pretty good. You know, Samoa Joe, of course, Samoa Joe is doing a little bit better than everybody else. Keith Lee, they have all these great big guys, and they're every time that they get a little bit of momentum, it's like AEW cuts the legs out from underneath them, and I'm like, all right, this is what wrestling was built on was the big muscular dudes. And I understand wanting to give a space for the lucha style, for the smaller guys and everything like that, and giving that a spotlight. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't leave the big men out of the equation either. Give it a little bit more flavor and have a little bit of everything on your show, like you said that you were going to at the beginning. You know, if you're a big dude, don't go to AEW. All right. Cherie is making fun of MJF with his pickles. That was pretty funny. Alma says, nope, it screwed both ways. No disrespect to either one. Timothy says, this is the only podcast where we hear our host sing. Not well. Not well. Straight up wrestling show. Oh, it's Harry. Definitely not the right time for this match. I agree. And Timothy says that Big Bill is a cool guy. I met him briefly. He's nice enough. He's nice enough. I'm really happy for him and his road to sobriety and all that kind of thing. I think he has I think he does some really good. He worked really hard to get where he is now, and I'm really happy for him, and I don't want to take anything away from him. Okay, so next up, that's AEW Dynamite for tonight, by the way. Really quick. Now I'm going to just like run through this. We're going to talk about Ring of Honor. We're going to review last week's show. And we're going to preview tomorrow's show. So I got to get ready for this, right? There we go. Now you can see it. It says it. A Kingston. My favorite part. Okay. So last week, these are the matches that happened. Mark Briscoe defeated Slim J. Sorry, Ray. Sorry. Slim J didn't quite pull out. That's okay. Mark Briscoe's awesome. The Kingdom, Mike Bennett's tag team, defeated the Infantry. The Infantry is Captain Sean Dean, and I can't remember the other guy's name. The New Japan TV title was on the line, and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Blake Christian. That was a really good match. I was ecstatic to see Zack Sabre Jr. I think he's amazing. Ring of Honor original Christopher Daniels defeated Rohit Raju, and I have to say Rohit Raju is an amazing character. His facial expressions are spot on. I really enjoyed him, and I had never seen this dude in my life before, but I really enjoyed him, and I think he's got something special. They need to hold on to him. Takeshita defeated Josh Woods in a good match. There was a six-man match with the Embassy. That's Brian Cage's group. Defeated Joe Keys, LSG, and Rex Lawless. It was okay. Ari Daivari defeated Metalik, Madison Rain, and Sky Blue. My girl Sky Blue, she won. I forgot about that. Madison Rain and Sky Blue defeated the Renegade Twins. The Renegade Twins are amazing. They stuck out to me. Wheeler Yuta issued an open challenge for the Pure Ring of Honor Pure Championship, and Timothy Thatcher answered that open challenge. So There we go. Not Wheeler Yuta. Willow Nightingale. I love her, by the way. Defeated Lady Frost. And after her match, she challenges Athena for a Ring of Honor World title. Athena at first said no, but then she eventually accepted. And then, of course, Claudio defeated AR Fox for the Ring of Honor World title. And then my boy, Eddie Kingston, comes out at the very end and challenges Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor Championship at some point, saying that he is no longer with AEW. He is a free agent. He promised Jon Moxley that he would not get in Claudio's face while he was in AEW. And with a big smile on his face, he goes, I am not in AEW anymore, boy. So I am coming after you, and I am coming after that title. So I was very excited to see that. It was I knew it was coming, but it made me so happy. That smile on his face when he came out there was just fantastic. And I really think that they're going to do a redemption story with Eddie, just from, if you pay attention to his Twitter account and stuff like that. He's even though he came out there looking very sure of himself and stuff like that, he's second guessing his decisions on his Twitter. So it'll be interesting to see. All right, what do you guys say before we get into next week's show? Alma says, gotta back up Keith Lee. He reminds me of Bam Bam Bigelow when he does the moonsault off the top rope. Very athletic. Oh yeah, no doubt. My point is that that AEW doesn't know what to do with big men. That was my point. Alma says, wish I could be a manager. I could put guys over faster than a tornado. And Timothy liked the Renegade Twins as well. Okay, so that was last week. This week, what we're going to see, Samoa Joe is going to put his Ring of Honor TV championship on the line versus Tony Deppen. I'm sure that Samoa Joe is going to win, and he's going to kill whoever Tony Deppen is my guess. Dalton Castle and the boys will go up against Cody Chun. And if I pronounce their name's wrong, I'm sorry. Guillermo Rosas and Marcus Cross. My guess is Dalton Castle and the boys is going to win that. Trish Adora versus Billy Starks. Ari Daivari and Slim J. There you go, Ray. Slim J will be on this week's episode as well, versus Jake Christ and Man Scout. Aussie Open. Oh, I like Aussie Open. Aussie Open versus Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Eddie Kingston is in a match, and he's I can't say this guy's name, y'all. I can't. It's the misspelling on purpose of a Spanish curse word. I can't say this guy's name. Okay. Eddie Kingston is in a match. And hold on. Okay. I'll bring it up so you guys can see it if you're Spanish speaker. All right, let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find the. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. It's a bad it's a bad word. Um, okay, I'm gonna share my screen and I will show you the, um, the 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 match presentation for it. I can't say it myself, so alright, you guys see that? You see that right there? I can't say that. It's a bad word. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been learning Spanish for about 3.5 years now, so I know some things, and it's funny, but I if if I'm gonna be a good little girl, if I'm gonna be
I'm
good,
being a good boy. You
I won't say that word. So Eddie has a match. And oh my god, oh my god. I just saw what his finishing his finishing move. His finishing move is I can't say what his finishing move is called either. Oh, okay. His finishing move is called the peachy cool arrow, and if you're a Spanish speaker. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, where is it when I need it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Yep. Yep. That's some crazy stuff. I have to admit it's funny. Not allowed to laugh, but it's funny. Okay. And then after that, Wheeler Yuta is going to put the Pure Championship on the line versus Timothy Thatcher. We talked about that. And then Athena will put her Ring of Honor Women's Championship on the line against Willow Nightingale for tomorrow's show. It'll be good. I already know what that means. I already know. No, you don't wanna know what that means. So, yeah, it's, it's it's bad. Sorry. I didn't mean to go crazy on here. So that's the show. Revolution was good. Hopefully tonight's Dynamite will be good as well. Really enjoyed Ring of Honor even without the Eddie Kingston stuff last week. I thought it felt very fresh. It felt fun. I enjoyed it from start to finish thoroughly, 100%. And I'm really interested to seeing what Ring of Honor does. It might have been my favorite show last week, honestly. Timothy says that's me when March Madness is here. Yeah, I know you're excited about that basketball. All right, guys. So that's the show for today. I'm going to let you go. I've got some things to do, of course. It's Wednesday, so there's church and all that kind of stuff. So I will leave you guys. I hope y'all have a good evening, and I I believe Alora and I will be on Peaches and Power Bombs tomorrow night. It'll be a little bit later because I have to go to the gym. Probably between 8:30 and 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll be on Peaches and Power Bombs to talk about a little bit of everything. So you guys have a good one. See you later. Bye.